Hello. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to generate a box plot based off of a list that we have input previously. Okay, so if you need a quick refresher as to how to input numbers into a list, please go back and look at my other video that is labeled List Input TI-84. But for now, we're going to carry on with the box plot. All right, so once again, just make sure your calculator is on. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have a list entered. So I'm just going to go to stat really quickly and make sure I can edit my list so I can see what lists I have. So here I have list 1. So list 1 has all of my data. Perfect. So I'm going to quit out of this mode to go back to the home screen. So second quit. Now what I'm going to do is I want to access what is known as a stat plot. Okay, so in order to access stat plot, we actually see this under the graphing functions. In the top right hand corner, we see a y equals, and one of the blue identifiers here is going to say stat plot. So what we're going to do is we're going to access that function. So we're going to hit second stat plot. There we go. And we see a few stat plots that happen. So what we want to do is just we want to select the first one. All right, press enter to select, and what you want to do is you want to turn this on. So we're going to turn this on. It's blinking on the on, so I'm going to press enter on that. All right, then I'm going to use my down arrow to select the type of graph that I want. All right, you're going to see that you're going to be able to generate either a scattered plot, a frequency plot, some histogram, a modified box plot, or a box plot itself. And what we want to do is we want to choose the second box plot here. Okay, so it's blinking there on the second box plot. I'm going to press enter, and then it's gonna ask me for what list I want to generate the box plot for. Ideally, once again, it is the list that you have input previously. My list is on list 1, so I select list 1. If it was under list 2, list 3, list 4, list 5, or list 6, then you would select that list appropriately just by selecting the second button and then pressing the corresponding list number. But since it's on list 1, I'm going to keep it at list 1. Frequency, you can leave it as 1. And then you can choose the color of your box plot. You can do red, you can do black, magenta, any color that is on here. So for now, I'll leave it on navy blue. And from this screen, we're not going to exit out of this screen. We're going to keep it as is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this zoom button right up top, middle button. It says zoom. Just press zoom, and you get a couple of different options. All right, the easiest option to go for is going to be number 9, which is zoom stat. So you're going to go all the way down and select the number 9, or you can just automatically press the number 9 and it jumps to that function automatically. And here you see that you've now generated a box plot. All right, notice we don't have a scale down here to identify what is a horizontal axis, but you can always generate that by identifying the trace button. So if you see the trace button right here, it's the one next to the zoom button. If you press trace, it'll automatically start tracing all of the values on that given box plot. So you see here, it says, hey, I'm blinking on here, and down in the bottom left corner, it says that is the median, which is the value of a 3. If you scroll to the right, it says, hey, that vertical bar there is Q3, which corresponds to the number 4. Keep scrolling to the right to that whisker, and it's going to give you a maximum of 7. All right, if you scroll all the way to the left, notice that Q1 and the median is the exact same number. So Q1 is 3, the median is 3. They're the same bar. And if you scroll over one more time, you're at the left whisker, which will be the minimum of 1. All right, and if you remember our list from one of the previous videos, it was 32574. 13433. That list is now displayed as a box plot here. Okay, and then you can always transcribe this. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video.